Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more BioInc Redemption in the Death Campaign. Last time we were able to beat the cardiorespiratory arrest. I just failed recording at the time bomb, so we're going to try this one again. We will switch over to a male character called John Smith on moderate difficulty, and let's just jump straight into this. What kind of boosters do we want? We could increase our collateral damage. We could go for some extra random diseases. I don't think that's going to be that great, though. More symptoms would definitely make it easier to prevent a cure. Let's see. Random pre-evolved risk factors could be pretty useful to me. Alternatively, if we go for overweight, we can make sure that the circulatory and the respiratory system fall apart really, really quickly. Days last longer. Increases systems collapse by 30%. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, boost your finer skull. I don't care about that. Resource upgrades are cheaper. Don't think that matters too much either. We will go for the better resources, so we have a chance of getting more points. And I think we might want to go for overweight and make sure that the overweight risk factors, overweight and obesity, are much stronger, and then we can focus on the circulatory system and try to shut him down very rapidly. I'm hoping. All right, the clock never stops ticking no matter what I do. If I go to the biomap or do anything else, then the clock will continue going. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to sit around and talk to you guys. So we're just going to jump right into it. Muscular system, points, grab all these. This too. I want these. Thank you. Okay, biomap. Let's go ahead and start with some simple hypertension just to start making some progress on the circulatory system, though we will want to evolve overweightness as soon as possible. We probably also want to spread out what we are infecting a little bit, just to try and prevent the patient from going to the doctor any sooner than really necessary. But let's go ahead and grab overweight. Circulatory and immune systems. I'm sorry, those are the two that are going to fall apart pretty quickly. Oh, I put on a few pounds there, buddy. Shouldn't have had those cheeseburgers. McDonald's will kill ya. My mom always said it, but I didn't believe her until I started playing this game. All right. Go ahead and grab these. Now we just sort of wait. Those are some fine muscles there, man. Fine muscles indeed. Nice lungs, too. Oh, back to the muscular system. Okay, well, there's nothing to do but sit around and wait for a minute. Now, we could go for some extra risk factors. We could try to get some extra diseases kind of early on. We could also spend a few points trying to reduce the likelihood that our patient will end up going to the doctor, which is not a bad idea, but I don't think we need to do that quite yet. Let's instead go to the immune system. We will go for photosensitivity. Nope, can't afford any of those. All right, respiratory system instead. We will go for bronchitis. There we go. All right, because I know that respiratory stuff will fall apart pretty quickly with some of the risk factors that I am going to be evolving, or at least I think it does. Truth be told, I am hardly an expert of this game. I'm really only kind of just getting into it like most people, since it only just got into full release. Also, I've spent so much of my time on Plague Inc. that, well, haven't really had time for everything else now, had I? All right, let's go for... I've heard that the renal system's quite good. We're going to go for urinary incontinence just to try and make some extra progress there as well. There are some people who think that the renal system might actually be one of the most cost-effective ways of killing the patient. I'm not sure if I agree with that or not, but to be honest, I guess I'm not really in a position to say, no, you're wrong. I guess I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and grab the nosocomophobia or whatever it's called. Emergency room, stage 2, very unlikely to go to a doctor. Yeah, here's the thing. We're kind of against the clock, so I don't necessarily want to drag this out forever, but at the same time, even with only, 11 minutes left in this scenario, that's still plenty of time for a doctor to get to 100% recovery if I am not careful, so that's going to be a thing. Let's go ahead and grab the urinary tract infection. Start working on that a little bit faster. I probably should go for another risk factor. Something else I can use to really speed up the falling apart of his systems. Think of the risk factors and stuff being kind of similar to the resistances you would get in Plague Inc. I think that's a fairly apt comparison. Now, let's see. We could go for something hereditary. We could go for malnutrition, which I think is pretty good. Yes, this makes digestive and renal diseases a lot cheaper and also kind of spreads out some more of the system failures and the risks. So I think that's going to be pretty good. Let's go to renal, grab some of these extra points. Thank you. I probably should go for obesity. How much does that cost? That costs 10 points. Remember, I can't afford to really sit around and watch this stuff because we're on the clock no matter what I do. So we have to sit back. I'm kind of spreading out some of the damage. So I hope he doesn't go to the doctor anytime soon. Think we're going to have enough time regardless, though. One more point, and we could go for that obesity, and then I'll start focusing on some circulatory failures. That could be pretty good. Come on, waiting for those points. There they are. Hello. Grab. All right. Let's go ahead and grab that last risk factor, since we have a huge boost here. So now respiratory system as well as the circulatory system are going to take a heck of a lot more damage if I start focusing on them. Don't eat 2 cheeseburgers at once. What do you do? Oh, he just shrugs. He's like, so I put on a few pounds. Or 50. Whatever. I'm having fun. I mean, I'm tempted to agree if it weren't so horribly irresponsible. Personally, there's a part of me that would rather die happy and fat. But that's a bad excuse, kids. Don't do that. Definitely do not do that. Need some more points, please. Let's grab these. I need to focus a bit more on the circulatory and respiratory symptoms. Let's go ahead and grab the flu since it is relatively cheap. Start making some extra progress there. He caught a very bad flu, yeah. Renal system is still falling apart a little bit faster than anything else. We're probably going to focus on the circulatory system next. There you go. Grab some of that. Grab some of that. Thank you. What can we get in the circulatory system? We could go for blood clots, yes, and high cholesterol. Those all seem quite good. He's going to the doctor. Okay, his annual routine checkup. All right, let's go ahead and grab this for 4 DNA. Well, once I can get 2 more points, that'll get me an extra 3 points every 15 days. I think there's still enough time in this scenario that we will find that it pays for itself. It only costs 4, so in 30 days it will have paid for itself and then some. It's just the opportunity cost of having not used those points to pick up something else. He's drinking 3 liters of water per day. No! That slightly improves his renal system. It's fine. As long as he doesn't start losing the weight, I think we'll have him. All right, I just need to get to like 9 points and we can go for the next level. High blood pressure tests. He's going for the hypertension. They're starting to work on the circulatory stuff because that is where he is the most vulnerable, which makes a certain level of sense. If he was a smoker, I could go for a brain aneurysm, but we're going to have to go for this instead, make some extra progress. I'd like to go for smoker. I don't see that happening because it does cost quite a few points, and they're going to cure the hypertension before I can get to it anyway. So I suppose that is going to be irrelevant. Immune system. Let's go ahead and pick up these points. Pick up these as well. Okay, good. I need to keep working on the circulatory system. We could go for deep vein thrombosis. We need to kind of spread things out a little bit still, though. We are going to go for the kidney cysts so we can make faster progress on the renal system. I know that he has something to try and make it a little bit better. I know that. But this has already made some of the most progress, and I really don't want to give up on that, because if that system fails around the same time that circulatory does, that's going to be great. Oh, now he's doing cardio. Great. That's awesome. I only have 7 minutes left. Well, maybe the doctor will think that things are improving, and he'll just be like, you're fine. And he'll leave me alone. As long as he doesn't go to the emergency room, maybe we'll be okay. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. I would like to go for things like an arrhythmia. I really need a system to start failing. We could double down on the renal system. We could go for another risk factor. And if we did do that, what would I go for? We could go for the nymphomania to try and give him an STD and see if that works. I don't think that's going to be worth it. We could go for sedentary, and that actually will stack up even more on the circulatory system. So I'm hopeful that this will offset a lot of the damage that the cardio is currently doing. I kind of don't know if it will work, but maybe. And in the meantime, we did upgrade. There we go. Plus 1 resource every time. So we got 4 risk factors. So that means we're going to get a lot more bio points, which means I should be able to start ramping things up a little bit. He's getting a routine blood test done. Kind of sucks for me. High cholesterol. You've discovered that he's fat and has high cholesterol? No, you're not allowed to do that. Come on. Come on, be a pal. Don't try to cure yourself of that stuff. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's go for the You know what? Let's give him a stroke. There we go. We're going to give you a stroke. He had a stroke! It's probably the cholesterol that you just treated. I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little bit anxious about this. We got 5 minutes left. He hasn't been rushed to the emergency room yet. The circulatory system, that cardio, man. This is good to know, though, because it could give me some hints as to what to do when I play in life mode. Going for some of these healthy habits, or whatever you call them, definitely will make a difference as far as slowing down the death process. Let's go for the arrhythmia, and that could lead to a heart attack. He is indeed going to the emergency room. The arrhythmia is going to shoot this down pretty quick. I think his heart is more or less doomed, so we probably can focus on other stuff now. He can't do cardio now, surely. Do we want to go for harvest power? I'm not sure that that's going to be worth it to me, to be honest. Let's go for the renal system, go for kidney failure. Try to shut down 2 systems. This should fall apart very rapidly afterwards. Then I need to focus all my points on something else. Maybe the respiratory system. Maybe something else. Let's go for... Yes, I think the respiratory system is makes the most sense. It is one of the more vulnerable systems that he has right now. Okay, he is getting randomly evolved generic treatments. Oh, cool. So that actually will reduce treatment effectiveness. I got that for free. Awesome sauce. Let's go ahead and pick this up as well. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go back to the respiratory system. I'm going to give you chronic bronchitis, and I would love to grab something else. Your renal system is failing, dude. Drinking all that water didn't save you. All right, good. Grab those. Grab those. Thank you. Okay, renal system has failed. Respiratory system, we're going to go for pneumothorax. Okay, this should start falling apart very fast. Now, we could have focused on something else that wasn't being protected. His nervous system, for example, is not protected by anything. Maybe we could have beaten that down a little bit faster. He is getting a lot of cure progress very quick, which concerns me a tiny bit. Can't go for pneumonia quite yet, and they're working on curing some of that stuff. I really need his respiratory system to fall apart, though. Come on, just give me a couple more points. Couple more points so I can give him pneumonia. Actually, I don't even know if pneumonia makes any sense at this point. Maybe we should go for something else, like his nervous system. Let's grab that before it goes away. Thank you. Grab this before it goes away. Thank you. You know what? Yep, I think the nervous... Actually, wait. Muscular. Muscular actually does make the most sense. We're going to give you a potassium deficiency and a chronic muscle cramp, and we're going to give you fibromyalgia, and we can't go for necrotizing fasciitis, but I'm not sure that that's going to matter. Okay, your obesity should start coming back to bite you pretty hard here. I think your muscles are going to fall apart very rapidly. Health is currently down to 11%. Apparently, we're getting quite a few DNA in a few different sectors. We'll grab some of you, grab some of you. Jump back over to this. Grab these guys. Don't know if it matters. I think we've got him. He's down to 4% health. Come on, muscular system. There we go. Come on. And he's dead. Boom. 3 minutes to spare. Time bomb is done. And we get a score of what? Now, this was only on normal difficulty, so this wasn't really that great. 1944. 64% recovery, and it took us a little under a year. Stroke caused his circulatory system to collapse first, which then led to his renal system to collapse. All right, well, that's another death mission down for the count. Now, if I want to continue working through the death campaign, unfortunately, I am going to have to get 16 skulls, and that would mean revisiting some other stuff that I've done. Probably down in the morgue, probably going back to the graveyard, try to get brutal difficulty on some of these. So I'll practice some of that in between, and then maybe we'll try out the first level of this slaughterhouse in the next video. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.